Be a bitch. Hi Bella Beauties, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will talk about how to embrace being the villain in people's story. Okay, what I've come to realize over time is people that are branded as the villain are usually just people that have strong boundaries, respect for themselves, love themselves, and don't allow themselves to be manipulated or mistreated by other people. Okay. So we will talk about why you fear being labeled as the villain, why you should embrace being the villain, and how to actually be the villain and let that label work for you. The reason why you're so scared to be labeled as the villain or as a bad person is because we crave acceptance and validation from other people, which is not necessarily a bad thing per se. Humans are social beings. Okay, we do crave community. So I do see why we have such a hard time being labeled as the villain. It usually means like you're going against the grain, right? You're challenging people's expectations, which can result in social isolation or criticism. So I do understand why, right? And nobody wants to feel ostracized or rejected by their peers. So we fear social rejection. Let me tell you guys something. The people that you're so set on, having in your life and, craving that validation and stuff like that. Let me tell you guys something. 99% of humans don't really care about you. If you were gone today, they will move on with their life without a second thought. Okay. Most humans are selfish. They want power, control, and admiration. So they play these little social power games to either gain or maintain their control. So they gossip, they run smear campaigns, they sabotage. This is all to protect their interest and their position. Majority of people are only focused on their own desires, their needs, and their ambitions. So that means that if they have to label you as the villain or step on you to protect their own interests and keep the status quo, when you go against their expectations, when they don't get what they want from you, they see you as a threat to their position and they will label you as the villain. And labeling you as the villain becomes a way for them to weaken your influences. Okay, so they want everybody to do whatever they want. They want what they want from you so that they can get ahead. They want to use you. They want to manipulate you. They want to abuse you to feel superior. So when you don't allow that, you will become some sort of villain in their story. To overcome the fear of social rejection, first, you need to stop worrying about whether people like you or not. Okay, start asking yourself, if you like them. Okay, do you even like these people? Okay, do they even meet your standards? Okay, is their lives perfect? Okay, you also need to remember that people are wishy-washy. Okay, one day they don't like you, the next day they do. It only takes a few things to get people back on your side. So just because they reject you once doesn't mean that it will always stay that way. Okay, people are fake. So stop taking it personally or seriously and start viewing it as a game. Okay. Also remember, they are not the only people alive. Okay. Even in every group, some people will hate you, some people will reject you, and some people will still want to be around you. So you will always find people that will like you. They will be your allies. So don't care if other people reject you. Everybody's not going to like you. Okay. And you need to cultivate your confidence. Okay. You need to understand that people are allowed to not like you, even if they don't have a reason. Okay. They are allowed to not like you. Okay. That is not your problem. There are 7 billion people on this planet. Okay. It is egotistical of you to think they will all like you. Okay. Don't you think it's a little narcissistic to think everybody on this planet will like you? Are you telling me you're going to work for approval and validation from all 7 billion people? That sounds exhausting. Okay. So no, we're not gonna do that. Okay. People are allowed to not like you for any reason or no reason. And that's okay. Don't take it personally because you don't even like everybody. So why should everybody like you? Okay. There is nothing wrong with you and you don't even like everybody. Okay. So it's okay for some people to reject you. That's okay. Stop taking it personally. Number 2 reason on why you fear being labeled as the villain is your fear of judgment. Okay. So you are so worried about what people will think about you. So you are worried people will think you're mean, heartless, selfish, just a bad person. Okay. So to get over your fear of judgment, I have a thorough video on my channel. It's called Stop Caring. Check it out. Okay. Basically, everyone experiences the world differently. This means that everyone's opinions and perceptions are shaped by their own unique experiences, traumas, indoctrinations, beliefs, and biases. Okay. So when you understand that other people's judgment are more about them than it is about you, it's easier to not care. Okay, so for example, if somebody grew up with the belief that standing up for themselves against their parents is considered disrespectful and mean, they will have that bias with them every time they see you standing up for yourself and not taking shit from anyone. Okay, because they've been groomed from young that speaking up for themselves is taboo and accepting mistreatment makes them a good person. So of course they're going to judge you. They're operating from their own biases and indoctrinations. So their opinion is not a fact. Okay. It's just their opinion. They're allowed to have their opinion. Okay. Only your opinion about you matters. So let them judge. Let them have their opinion. Okay. They are allowed to. That's none of your business. Number three, reason why you fear being labeled as the villain is your guilt. Okay. Many of us have been taught that if someone is unhappy with us, it's our fault. Okay, we feel guilty for setting boundaries or saying no, even though they are essential for our well-being. Okay, people pleasers are taught to prioritize other people's feelings over our own. So we're conditioned to be agreeable, even at the expense of our own boundaries. Right? You feel guilty saying no to people because you think it makes you a bad person. Okay, you think standing up for yourself makes you a mean person, even though your perpetrator didn't think or care about your feelings. Okay, to get over this, I want you guys to understand that you can't control how people feel. Okay, you can't control anyone. Okay, this is why people pleasing is manipulative. Is because you're trying to control people's feelings about you. You can't do that. Okay, you're not God. You can't do that. Okay, you can't control anybody's feelings towards you. You can't control anybody's actions towards you. You can't control that. You can only control yourself. Okay. I also want you to understand that if you're a people pleaser who can't say no or can't stand up for yourself, these people that you're trying to please, they don't like you. They like what you do for them. Okay. The minute you stop those things that you're doing for them, they will discard of you. They will talk shit about you and they will try to ruin your reputation. Okay. They're just using you. Okay. Most humans are selfish. Learn to be. You will live a happier, longer life. Now let's move on to why you should embrace being the villain. Okay. So number one, it means you have boundaries. Okay. People who are labeled as the villain are often the ones who set clear boundaries and refuse to let other people cross them. Okay. So when you're not afraid to say no or stand up for yourself or walk away from toxic situations, other people will paint you as the bad guy. But in reality, you're just protecting your energy and well-being. Okay. You will be the villain and the mean, selfish bitch in somebody's story, and that's okay. You know why? When somebody disrespects you and you cuss them out, or you're really assertive and put them in their place, they will go back to other people and tell them how much of a bitch you are. Does that mean you shouldn't defend yourself? No. Be okay with them doing that. Okay, villains keep their mental and emotional well-being above being liked. Okay. Number two, why you should embrace being the villain. It's because it exposes true relationships. It exposes the true nature of all your relationships. Okay. When you're no longer bending over backwards to be liked by people, you get a clearer picture of who is truly in your corner, who actually likes you for you. Okay. People who respect you won't mind you having boundaries. Okay. Because they didn't like you because, they can walk all over you. Okay. And people who can't handle it were more than likely just using you or benefiting from your people pleasing tendencies. Okay. If you want to know how people really feel about you, set a boundary with them. Okay. Say no, stand up for yourself. Let's see how much they like you then. Okay. If they respond with anger or manipulation or withdrawal, they were never your friends to begin with. They didn't like you to begin with. Okay. They only liked when they could use you. They only liked when they could use you. Okay. And now that the benefits are gone, so are they. Okay. So setting boundaries isn't about pushing people away. It's about protecting your space and making room for those who truly deserve to be in your life. So when you stand up for yourself, you weed out all the fake relationships and create space for more authentic, supportive connections. Okay. Number three, you will see more success. Focusing on your own well being above anyone else's will result in you accomplishing goals quicker because you're not abandoning your goals to be to help somebody else achieve theirs. Okay. So people may not like you as much, but they will have more respect for you as a human being. Okay. And they will think twice before trying to use or manipulate you. When you're not constantly helping people at the expense of yourself, you have more energy to put into your own life and your own goals, which will result in being more successful. People pleasers end up finishing last because they help so many people at the expense of themselves. So they look up and everybody has surpassed them and discarded of them because now they're of no use. And they still haven't moved an inch because you spent all that time helping everybody else but yourself. Number four, people respect you more. Okay. What people don't do is mess with the villain because they know there will be consequences. Okay. They may not like that they can't insult you and get away with it, but they will respect you. Okay. They will think twice before asking you to do something that lowers your value because you're not the help. Okay. They will think twice before trying to bully you because you will get in the field. Okay. People will tread lightly and show you respect. But guess what? Behind your back, they will probably tell other people, you're a big, mean, selfish bitch. And that is okay. We love that for us. Okay. Okay, period. Now let's move on to how to become the villain in the right way. Okay. Number one, get to know who you are. Okay. Who are you? Okay. In the Glow Getter guidebook, there is a chapter called Who Am I? Literally write the facts down about yourself. Okay. You really need to figure out who you are because if you don't know who you are, people will tell you who you are and you will believe it. Okay. But when you know who you are, the rumors, the gossip, and the judgment is not going to phase you because you know exactly who you are. You can go back to your facts. You won't start second guessing yourself when people start spreading these rumors, start gossiping that you're a big mean bitch and whatever. Don't feel the need to take back your boundaries to conform or please other people, to prove to other people that you're not this and that. Hey, I'm not mean, I've done this and this. Hey, I'm not selfish, I did this and that for that one. You're not gonna feel like you need to do that because you know your facts, you know who you are. Okay, so write it down in the Glow Getter guide. Go back to your facts. This is who I am. Okay, so f whatever people are saying. I know who I am. Okay, let them keep thinking it. Okay, you know exactly who you are. If they want to say you're a mean, selfish bitch, then oh well, we know who we are at heart. So f what they saying. Okay. Two, have standards for every aspect of your life. Okay, whether it's your career or relationships or personal goals. Having high standards signals to other people that you know your worth and won't settle for less than you deserve. Okay. So you have to filter out people. You have to filter out opportunities, situations that don't align with your values. Villains don't accept mediocrity. Okay. They demand excellence and expect others to rise to their level. Okay. So no, everybody can't sit with you. Okay. No, everybody can't qualify to be your friend. No, that guy is not your standard. No, I don't go to these types of places. It's not my standard, and so on and so forth. Okay. When I tell you, people will think you're the biggest, meanest, uppity bitch when you do this, but you have to. Okay. When you accept bare minimum effort, people, places, and experiences, people might like that you're easy to please, but they don't respect you. Okay. They don't view you as high quality. But guess what? They still want to be around that girl who is uppity, okay, that is bougie, okay, and doesn't just accept anything that's thrown at her, okay? So be that uppity, bougie bitch. You think you're all that. You think you're better than everybody. Why can't you just accept that? Why can't you do too much? Okay, guess what? They low-key love you for it, okay? That's where your power lies, okay? Humans don't respect people who accept the bare minimum just to avoid hurting people's feelings, okay? Or for the sake of being liked. Okay, I told you, people do not like or respect people pleasers. They might like that you're easy to please, but they don't really care about you. Okay. They respect people who require high quality. 3, put your feelings first. Okay. Stop prioritizing how other people feel about your decisions or your actions. Being the villain means that your emotional well being comes first. Okay. You don't need to sacrifice your own peace or happiness for anyone else's comfort. Okay. So whether it's walking away from toxic people or taking time out for yourself or making choices that other people don't understand, put your feelings at the forefront. Okay. When you operate from a place of self priority, people may call you selfish, but the truth is you're taking care of yourself in a way that few people have the courage to do. And this really hurts people pleasers because they don't put themselves first. They say yes when they want to say no. Okay. They stress themselves out trying to help people that didn't ask. They overgive without ever asking for help when they need it. Okay. And they don't put their goals first. So when you're able to say no so effortlessly and put yourself first, this really hurts them because they allow people to use them. Okay? They allow disrespect and mistreatment from other people. So when you set a boundary with them or defend yourself without putting their feelings first, they take it very personally. They take offense because they see you doing what they wish they had the strength to do because they let everybody else disrespect them. So why can't they disrespect you, right? They let everybody else use them. So why can't they use you? And this challenges the dynamics that they've grown to so comfortable with. So they will start talking shit about you to other people. Oh, they've done so and so for you, and you how mean you are, how selfish you are, how you're so sensitive because they were insulting you as a joke. We're not going for any of that. Okay, we will be the villain in that story, and that's fine because just because you let people disrespect you does not mean I'm going to let other people disrespect me. It doesn't mean that I'm going to let you disrespect me. Okay, that's your problem. You need to figure that out. Why do you let people walk all over you? You're not going to walk all over me. That's not normal to me. I have a boundary. You don't. Okay, so when you do this, it really hurts, especially people pleasers, toxic people too, but also people pleasers because they're so used to people walking all over them and making them the butt of every joke that they feel like, oh, then I can do it too. This is normal. It is not normal. You need to stop letting people disrespect you. Number 4, stop making people feel too comfortable around you. Ooh, this is a good one. Villains don't go out of their way to make others feel comfortable when it compromises their own comfort. Okay, so I'm not saying like be, just a horrible person that nobody wants to be around. I'm saying that being the villain means understanding that your energy, your time, and space are valuable. Okay, so stop accommodating other people at the expense of your own needs. That's the key, at the expense of your own needs. Okay, people should not feel like they're cool enough with you to start touching you without your consent. They should not feel comfortable insulting you or making you the butt of the joke. Okay. They should fear doing that. Okay. People should not feel like they can start using your things without your permission. They should not feel like they can go through your personal things. Okay. They should not feel comfortable enough with you to even try to physically assault you, even as a joke. So you need to assess your behavior and think about it. What is it about how I treat these people that makes them think they can do so and so to me, but not anybody else? Okay. So whatever that behavior is, you need to put a stop to it. Okay. And when you do this, people will say you do too much. It's not that serious. You're too sensitive. I didn't even mean it like that. You need to think to yourself, would they do this to somebody that they actually respect? No. So why would they feel like they can do that to you? Okay. Sometimes you make people feel too at home with you. Okay. They feel too comfortable. You're mommy, you're grandma, you're giving mommy energy. And what did we learn about mommy energy on this channel? Okay. It invites a lot of disrespect. Stop trying to take care of everyone to the point where like it's too much. Okay. You're mommy, and the mommy energy invites a lot of disrespect. Okay. Put a stop to it. Stop making people feel way too comfortable around you. Number 5, don't put yourself in servitude roles and stop trying to save people. Okay. Villains never play the role of the servant or the savior. Okay. You are not here to serve other people at the expense of your own needs. Okay. You're not here to fix or save anyone. Okay. You can't do that anyway. You can't fix anybody that don't want to be fixed. Okay. It won't make them like you more. Okay. You will be taken for granted. Don't overextend yourself for people who wouldn't do the same for you. Okay. Serve yourself first and never fall into the trap of sacrificing your own time, energy, or resources just to be liked or appreciated. Okay. With people pleasers, the only way they know how to connect with people is to be useful or helpful to them. Okay. So they need to prove that they are nice and helpful so that people will like them. Okay. So this will look like if you don't want your pictures taken, for example, don't go around telling people you would take their pictures because, oh, girl, you look so cute. Let me take your picture. Okay. No, because now everybody and their mama wants you to take their picture. And before you know it, you will be the unofficial unpaid photographer because you're too nice. You put yourself in a servitude role. Okay. Then whenever everybody needs their picture taken, they come to you. They don't go to anybody else. You're the first person they come to. No brainer. Okay. They don't even attempt to ask anybody else. When you make yourself too helpful, people will allow you to be that. Okay. So you will become the help. Okay. While they respect and have fun with other people. Okay. Stop being the help. Stop putting yourself in servitude roles. Okay. Ask yourself, why are they asking me to help carry their bags? Why don't they ask anybody else? You make yourself too helpful. Okay. Being too nice, being too caring, being too whatever, especially to strangers and people you don't really know like that, will put you in a servitude role, and they will lose respect for you, unfortunately. Okay. People don't respect that. Stay on your pedestal. To find a way to connect with people without being useful or helpful to them. Okay. Number 6, set strong boundaries and follow them up with consequences. A true villain never lets anyone cross those lines without consequence. Okay. It's one thing to say no, but the key to becoming the villain is having the strength to back it up. Okay. You already set a boundary with someone and they go ahead to disrespect you and cross your boundary again. You cut them off. Okay. You reduce contact. You yell at them. Okay. You insult them. You cuss them out. You sabotage them. You cross their boundary. Okay. Let them feel the consequence of their actions. Okay. When you constantly enforce your boundaries, people will learn that they cannot push you around. Okay. And that's when the villain label comes into play. Okay. But in reality, you're just standing firm in your self-respect. Okay. Toxic people hate when they can't cross your boundaries. So of course, they will start a smear campaign against you. They will gossip and tell people, you're everything but the child of God. Okay. All because you won't let them disrespect you. So that's fine. Be the villain. Okay. Yes, I'm not taking anyone's shit. I'm the bad guy. Cry about it. Okay. Number 7, collect data on people and take mental notes of their weaknesses. Okay. Villains are always observing. Okay. Pay close attention to the people around you, their behavior, their motivations, and most importantly, their weaknesses. Okay. This doesn't mean you should exploit other people, but you need to know what makes other people tick. Okay. That gives you an advantage. Okay. If someone tries to cross you or disrespect you, you already have a mental blueprint of their vulnerabilities and their weaknesses. Okay. And their insecurities. Okay. So it makes it easier for you to protect yourself or navigate complex social situations. So always stay a few steps ahead by being aware of the dynamics at play. I know somebody, is probably thinking like, oh, I'm such a nice person. Like, I'm a good person. Like, I don't want to think like that. I don't think like that. Well, that's how you keep being blindsided, because just because you're a good person does not mean people are also good. Okay. They are taking notes of your weaknesses. So when they come to you and cross your boundary and test you, you're not ready because you're not always ready for the game. You're not paying attention. Okay. So if you have that mindset of like, oh, I don't want to live like that. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. People are doing it to you, whether you think so or not. Okay. Toxic people do this all the time. Okay. So I'm not saying, spend all your mental energy doing this, but you do need to know people's weaknesses so that when they do try you, because they will, it's just part of human nature. Somebody will try you at some point. This is when you have the information to put them in their place. Okay. Number 8, embrace gossip and rumors about yourself. Okay. When you start to assert yourself, naturally people will gossip and spread rumors about you. Okay. Embrace it. Don't fight it. Okay. Villains know that the more people talk, the more relevant you are. Okay. So whether it's jealousy or misunderstanding, people will create stories about you. Okay. So instead of feeling defensive, use this as a source of power. Okay. Let others speculate and gossip because it means they're paying attention to you. Okay. The trick is to not react emotionally or try to clear your name. Okay. Rather, let them believe what they want. Okay. While you keep making moves in silence. Okay. You are a celebrity to them. Of course, they will gossip about you. Okay. Matter of fact, let me give you more content to gossip about. Okay. That's the attitude you need to have. So you need to think like, oh, what else did they say about me? Oh, I'm mean. I'm a bitch. I'm this. Oh, great. Yeah. Bella's a bitch. Great. Good for you. Number 9, look good while you do it. Okay. People love a villain that looks great. Okay. It's called pretty privilege. It's called the halo effect. Okay. If you're being called mean, selfish, bitchy, uppity, and a bunch of other rumors about you, people will forget all of that and will still want to be around you when you look great. Okay. I told you, people are wishy-washy. Okay. They are fake. So if you look great, you dress well, you smell great, your grooming is amazing. People will get over those rumors and gossip easily because they want to live through you or be like a little like you. Okay. So they love a beautiful villain. Okay. Don't let people, they love a good villain. Okay. For example, with the whole Ice Spice situation, although she did some terrible things, people are still going to support her because of how she looks. Okay. So that's just it. People are wishy washy. They're fake. Their attention span is very short. And if you look great, you can get away with anything. Okay. Now let's move on to how to be assertive. Okay. Because a big part of being the villain is learning how to be assertive. And I'm adding this section because in my last video titled You're Not a Victim, there were a lot of comments asking, well, how do I actually stand up for myself? What do I say? I don't know how to do that. How do I stand up for myself while still being seen as a nice person? Guys, you have to stop caring about being seen as a nice person. Unfortunately, nobody cares that you're a nice person. They just want to use you. Okay? You have to get yourself out of that good person, nice person prison. Okay. And to do this, I have a video on my channel. It's called You're Not a Good Person. Check it out. Okay. Then come back and watch this video. As for how to stand up for yourself, only you will know how to do that. Okay. I can't create a bunch of scenarios, different scenarios for everybody and tell you how to stand up for yourself. Okay. What is the issue? Say your piece, set that boundary, and follow it up with consequences. Okay. Apply that to whatever situation that you're in. Okay. If I answered every single question scenario, this video will never end. Okay. But there are a few tips on how to be and look assertive that we can't talk about. Okay. Let's talk about body language and how to be assertive. Okay. Number 1, stand tall and maintain good posture. Confident villain stands tall with your shoulders back. Okay. Chest open, head held high. Okay. Chin up. No slouching, no hunching over, okay? That makes you look insecure and weak, okay? So do not slouch, do not hunch over. Stand tall, maintain your good posture, okay? Don't want to look timid, okay? 2, use steady eye contact, okay? When you're checking somebody or setting a boundary, do not break eye contact with them. It shows that you're fully engaged and you're not afraid to confront people directly, okay? Don't look down or look away, okay? That shows that you're uncomfortable or you're insecure. Okay. It makes you look timid. So have a strong eye contact. Okay. It asserts dominance. Okay. And confidence. You mean what you say. You're not to be played with. Okay. Do not break eye contact when you're checking somebody or setting a boundary. Okay. Number 3, use your hands. Okay. And no, I don't mean pointing at them or touching them. Okay. When you're speaking, use open hand gestures to emphasize your point. Okay. Okay, I don't know how to show you guys this, so I will just insert a clip of 2 women both being assertive. They're both using their hands and they both do not break eye contact. So look at that body language, showing you how to use your hands when you're being assertive, okay? Number 4, command your space, okay? Assertive body language involves claiming the space around you, okay? So whether it's sitting or standing, you have to make sure that you're not shrinking yourself or to appear smaller, okay? When standing, if you're standing, make sure that your feet are like planted firmly on the ground about shoulder width apart, okay? This communicates that you're grounded and not intimidated. So do you see how both of these women look like you can't just knock them over? That's what I'm talking about. They own that space, okay? Number 5, Speak with a controlled, clear voice, okay? Your voice should match your body language, okay? Clear, calm, and controlled. Don't speak too quickly. Sometimes when you speak too quickly, it makes you seem nervous, like you're anxious or you're fearful, okay? Speak calmly, okay? You don't have to speak too fast to get your point across, okay? So speak at a steady pace, okay? Pause when you need to emphasize your points, okay? This is not the time to speak softly or mumble words under your breath because you want to be nice and put your feelings above your own, okay? Put that bass in your voice, okay? All right, and lastly, I want to talk about somatic experiencing, okay? So we are intelligent, right? We know all this information cognitively, okay? We know how to stand up for ourselves cognitively. But when it's time to stand up for yourself and you're in front of somebody and you get nervous, your voice shakes, your body shakes, you seem to be losing your balance or something, our people pleasing has a lot to do with our autonomic nervous system, okay? Because sometimes we are aware of our people pleasing, but it's like we can't stop doing it. That's our autonomic nervous system working, okay? It's subconscious, okay? Your voice goes soft, you start to mumble instead of speaking clearly. This is your autonomic nervous system working, okay? Your autonomic nervous system is responsible for managing your automatic involuntary responses, okay? So like your breathing, your heart rate, and even fight or flight reactions, okay? That's not something that you think about. It does it automatically, okay? So when you're in situations where you need to stand up for yourself, but find it hard to do so, that's a result of the autonomic nervous system reacting to a perceived threat, okay? So when you get nervous, the autonomic nervous system kicks in without you even have to do anything. Like it kicks in, okay? It causes your body to react as if you're in danger, even if you're just trying to have a conversation or assert yourself, okay? So it's automatic, all right? So that's why you might freeze up during spaces or times where you need to stand up for yourself, but you go home and start acting out what you should have said or what you should have done. It's because your body is responding to a stress signal in a way that's deeply ingrained in you. So maybe when you were younger, the only way to feel safe was to be quiet and freeze and not say anything. Or maybe like you had to be extra nice to your parents when they were mean to you and abused you because that's what made you feel safe. So your body has stored that in your system. So that's why your autonomic nervous system does that automatically to other people when you're trying to stand up for yourself, when they do perceive a threat. Okay. So it's automatic. Don't blame yourself. Don't beat yourself up, but you do need to learn how to heal it. Okay. And that's where somatic experiencing comes in. Okay. It helps you regulate your nervous system. The nervous system's influence on people pleasing is often subconscious. So with somatic tools, you can regain control of your body and your responses by regulating your nervous system. So I recommend doing, trauma release exercises, somatic exercises, and finding a way to speak about your traumatic experiences. So talk to a psychotherapist or journal. Okay. That trauma needs to come out of you if you ever want to get over this autonomic nervous system thing. Okay. You need to bring that trauma out of you. Okay. So for the longest time, the reason why I couldn't speak up for myself was because my throat was blocked, because I had so much trauma stored up for those years because I wasn't allowed to speak up for myself as a child. So my autonomic nervous system used to kick in without me having to, do anything. And I will freeze and shut up because even though I really wanted to say something, right? So you have to release that to free yourself. Okay. So I'm not the expert with somatics, but I am going to insert some still shots of a few channels and videos that are great for somatics. Check out those channels to learn how to regulate your nervous system. I recommend checking out, the VU breath, trauma release exercises, diaphragm, breathing. Your nervous system and your body has to reconnect to your brain so that you don't freeze up or start fawning when you're threatened. Okay. All right. That's the end of the video, guys. Check out the Glow Getter Guide on Amazon. It's an amazing book for discovering who you are, what your boundaries and standards are, and how to set them. Okay. How to do the inner work. Okay. So you can learn how to play these power games. I will leave the link, pinned in the comment below. It's also in the description box. All right, Glow Getters, I will see you in the next video. Bye.